Hello and welcome to the 4th episode of the Brinstar podcast. Here on the show we break down a week in the life of a Nintendo gamer. Whether it's based on new and exciting games such as Mario Odyssey and Fire Emblem Warriors, or retro classics such as Pokemon Coliseum and Harvest Moon, whatever you're playing or interested in, you can tell here at the Brinstar podcast. Now I was on vacation. I'm here again with Matt.
The quadrifecta. Let's go. Ready.
And, wow. Not. Before we jump into topics, how was your overall E3, Matt?
It's pretty good. I give it like a solid 8 out of 10. It sucks because most of the conferences I really wanted to see besides like Nintendo ran through my work, so I couldn't really watch them. All I got was like live Twitter updates.
That's how mine were mostly. And then the day of Nintendo's, I turned my phone off completely.
Yeah.
Because as you know, I wanted to be surprised for some things that I hope would be announced. And we'll talk about those things in the main topic of the show today. But I just wanted to we're going to start out this episode a little relaxed. So, I did get back from vacation. I saw everything that was released, and I was very impressed. However, the first topic we're going to talk about here is ARMS. ARMS did come out the day...
16th.
Yeah, the 16th. Last Friday. That was when we were leaving, where I was on vacation, and there was a mall nearby. So we stopped by, and I picked up ARMS, and I also got those awesome neon yellow Joy-Con. They're gorgeous.
You gotta see them in person.
Gorgeous.
Or else you don't believe in them.
Matt, how does ARMS feel to you? Now, I know we talked about this in the test punch impressions. Do you think it's worth the $60 asking price? Do you think the motion controllers or the controllers your preferred way? What do you think about ARMS?
I'm going to go with... It's the same concept as like Overwatch to me.
Okay.
I'm buying a game, yes, and it's a fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Overwatch isn't a fighting game, but you'll see where I'm getting at with this. There's a lot of content in that game.
Yeah.
If you consider how many arms you have to unlock per character, you'll be playing that game for a long time. And the online lobbies are actually really enjoyable, and I honestly never play multiplayer on most games unless it's with friends.
Right? Yeah, I feel the same way.
But the lobbies, it might change in the future, they might get more cancerous,
mm-hmm.
but right now it's pretty cool. And free DLC characters. We're getting Max Brass come next month.
Yep.
Already a month after launch.
The main tower villain.
We're getting a free character in a month of release.
Mm-hmm. And it's a cool character. He looks really cool. I like how he plays and everything. Because he is the boss of the arcade mode.
He's the commissioner,
yeah.
Yeah. I do feel, since we're getting new stages, we're going to get new characters, justified $60 price tag for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think the game is very fun. Matt and I we played the test punch, obviously.
That was fun.
And then, what was it, 2 days ago or
so?
I was on multiplayer or something, and I was just messaging Matt, and I was like, you want to play? And he goes, I don't know. And then next thing you know, whoop, I see your thing in the lobby.
In here.
Yeah, I was like, what?
And I saw
He's here?
Yeah.
And it was actually really cool, because we weren't even voice chatting or anything in a Google Hangout or a Skype call. We were literally just messaging each other over Facebook. And it was cool, because it felt very competitive, but also cooperative when we got to 2v2s.
When we got to the three ways, we literally destroyed anyone.
We teamed up on the other guy.
And the best was when we would get thrown in other matches, we'd give each other encouragement to take out the other people. It was just really lighthearted fun.
The lobby system's really cool, and I like how you can make your little icon tick or jump.
Yeah, you can do a couple of things. Yeah.
It's funny because, like what Matt was saying, we were kind of supporting each other through each of our fights we were going in. So there was a time where I saw Matt go in once, and I was like, "Oh no! I hope you do good." And it was versus Headlock, and Headlock's one of those main villains or the boss game type where it's this AI kind of thing. And it takes over a body of a.
You might want to put a spoiler warning.
Yeah, I mean it's not really a spoiler. It's just a game type.
Yeah.
If anything, more or less, the Max Brass could have been the spoiler, but
it's
well, they announced it during E3.
Yeah,
that it was going to be Max Brass.
It'll be fine.
But Headlock is this weird AI rogue
it has
android
6 arms compared to the 2 that you're given.
Yeah, and it's usually like a co-op fight with
And
other arms fighters.
Headlock's ultimate.
It's scary.
It is fear. It's you ever watch like DBZ?
Mm-hmm.
Frieza's like giant big death ball, just, whoop, and
Yep.
it just destroys everything.
I really like Headlock. I think he's cool. The Arms itself sold for me. I beat every character's arcade run.
But you gotta do it 7 more times each.
And I know. I still got to do the I got to unlock ranked.
Because we were doing the math about it. If you were to do every single character's arcade and everything, you are looking at 700 individual fights, and that's not even counting losing on the harder difficulties. Because it gets hard, and I'm only on 4 with like Twin Tail because I want to do like one whole shot and then
Yeah.
It got difficult. Bite and Bark was whooping my ass.
I honestly I've scaled up to 3, right? And I was like, okay, because I honestly thought, why are there difficulty or these like numbers? I always thought it was like, so this is how many people I'm fighting. Like I never got that it was a difficulty meter until I figured it out. I was like, why does it say hard? Oh, because I'm sitting there, I'm like, these characters are easy. Is there like a spike? And I never realized that was a slider at the bottom.
Yeah.
So once I figured out the slider, I was like, all right, let's go to 3. And just to test the waters. And I was like, oof, I'm feeling some heat on this.
I got
only
to 4th
imagine.
and it was rough, man.
You have to be a rank 4 tower or arcade run to unlock ranked, right? It's something like that.
I think I already have ranked unlocked.
Because ranked you need to beat, there's a requirement.
Really?
Yeah. I think you have to beat rank 4.
I don't want to hop into ranked for a while.
I wanted to try it because I felt pretty confident with my bark or bite and bark.
It's alright.
What the?
Me and Brendan had a couple of sparrings, and they were pretty interesting.
Matt said he was going to beat me. I beat him. Easily.
While you did beat me, I was using motion controls the whole time.
Yeah.
And when I used controller, we actually had a pretty...
controller, I like what we said about Test Punch. We couldn't figure it out because we rather just play the motion controls because it's Test Punch. It's an hour. Like, that's enough. But, like, on the car ride home, I played, from vacation, I played in tablet mode. And I fell in love with it. Honestly, I think that's my favorite, even over Pro Controller or whatever.
I like handheld, yeah.
Yeah, it feels so natural. Like, I can just sit there and have my tablet and my Joy-Cons attached to it and just play it, and it feels so good.
Yeah,
but I like controller support.
Because we had a big dispute about, like, whether or not motion controls were better than the actual controls. And, I mean, in that kind of game, like, yeah, everyone wants to play motion controls. But when you're doing, like, a 1+ hour play session, it does get very tiring.
The arm, it's not even that it gets tiring.
And it's also efficiency.
Yeah, I feel like I have more control of my character.
Definitely.
Walking.
Yeah.
Because you have to, like, tilt both Joy-Cons a certain way in motion control. But the best part about motion control is the punching, obviously.
Yeah, it feels very satisfying.
But moving is so weird, and, like, trying to pull back and stuff, it doesn't feel natural, really.
Yeah, like, I was like, yeah, motion controls. And then, like, I played tablet, and I was like, wow, I'm doing so much better.
Yeah, and when you punch to actually arc your punch, you just move the stick after that punch.
And that makes life a lot easier.
And it's so nice. Like, I love ARMS. I honestly love ARMS. It's a lot of fun, and I'm going to be playing it probably straight until Splatoon 2, and even after that, but... This is, like, the big multiplayer game right now.
I think this is the one game, like, yes, Splatoon's fun, but it's mostly a cooperative deal. I think whenever you and me want to settle something, we're going to go to ARMS. Yeah, like, that's the go-to now.
I'm very excited just to see these new DLC characters, especially since it's all free. And I had that theory where I was talking to Matt, and I was like, what if the next DLC character replaces Max Brass's position in the arcade? I don't think it's going to happen, but I think it's possible.
I don't know about that, but honestly, I really want to see Biff as a playable character. I think that would be the most awesome. I love that little guy. Like the announcer.
Arm, yeah.
Yeah, I was like saying I wanted an amiibo of him because he's just so cool. I feel like they're probably going to make him a fighter. Because I think about it. How easy is it to use a character that already exists and base off of that, then create an entirely new character? Max Brass already existed because he was head of the arcade ladder. Biff already exists. I think they're going to take that easy cushion and do that. then start thinking of the OCs. You know what I mean?
Isn't Biff he's small, right? He's a little short.
Yeah, but like you can just literally stretch him.
Well, what if they do kind of like what they did with Mechanica or whatever her name was, where they kind of give him like a mech suit or something, like to give him like an extended like arms and stuff.
Mechanica, now that I think about it, just reminds me of Tron Bonne.
Yeah, every time I see her now, I'm like, oh, it's Tron Bonne.
Even the hair.
I know, it's the yellow default. Like that's I'm just like Tron Bonne. Where's Mega Man?
Yeah, put Zero in there. I'll play it.
As far as arms go, I love it.
I give it 2 arms up.
I'm curious how much time I honestly put into it since I've gotten it. I want to say 10 hours.
Yeah, I probably had like 5.
Yeah, between 5 and 10 hours for me, I think is easy. It's really fun to try and get the new arms and trying to get those coins. I remember watching people, they're like, arms is so cool, but I don't know if it's worth the money. I definitely think it's worth the money. It's a great lobby system for online.
Yeah, I remember when we were talking about Street Fighter, and it's like, yeah, it's justified if you have friends to play it with, because the online lobbies are kind of, it's a very weird learning curve. This game, like, honestly, you could jump in, you could probably win a match or 2.
Yeah.
And it feels a lot more welcoming to new people.
Well, I also feel like with ARMS out now, to anybody that has a Switch, this is a game to get.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is
if you don't like fighting games, or if you like fighting games or don't like fighting games, I say give it a shot. I know a lot of people missed the test punch.
Yeah. I mean, like, besides Breath of the Wild, we don't really have a must-have game for Switch.
There's Mario Kart.
I don't know.
Mario Kart's all, like, debatable for a lot of people.
Yeah, like, with me, like, I bought it day one. I'm not even that big of a Mario Kart guy, but I knew I wanted to get it because
I love Mario Kart. I think it's so good.
And it's great, you know, like, that's how it is. But, like, when you get a Switch, everyone says get Breath of the Wild. We don't have another game that everyone's like, go get it. Not Mario Kart, not ARMS even. So I'm like, I would like to see ARMS evolve into something where it's like a must-have on the like Mario Odyssey is going to be a must-have on Switch.
Yeah, Mario Odyssey is going to, and we'll talk about that later. But Mario Odyssey is going to be a must-buy, and I think come next month, I think literally at the time of this recording, a month later, Splatoon. That is going to be
a month and a day.
Yeah, that is going to be the game I will recommend everybody.
Yeah, like what I'm saying is like I hope ARMS come all DLC or like new DLC and new stages becomes a game where everyone can agree it's like you must get this for Switch, because I personally think it's a game you should get for Switch because it's like it's really
like
nice.
The first Splatoon, like everybody was like, well, is it worth getting a Wii U this late? And a lot of people were like, yeah, Splatoon is awesome.
I love Splatoon.
I loved Splatoon, but like I said, I had my reasons for why I didn't like it.
Yeah,
or
sold it.
Yeah,
so cold.
I regret that, everybody. I know the wrongs I have made. Splatoon's a great game, regardless. I'm very excited for Splatoon 2, and I will be playing that like crazy. So please, play with Matt and I in Splatoon 2.
Maybe we can stream it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be great.
I'm going to try and figure it out. I got some cool capture software, so I'm going to try and mess around with it.
The ideas.
In the coming weeks and months.
Something's brewing.
But with that being said, ARMS is great, we both agree. We're going to move on to topic number 2. Now, yesterday, as far as I'm concerned, that's when this new Nintendo Switch update, 3.0.0, basically update 3, happened. Matt sent me a notification. I did end up going on YouTube seeing what's up. Like, I went to IGN, what is going on with this update? And it's really cool with what they added.
I mean, like, yeah, it's not much, but, like, it has some pretty cool stuff in there. Because I remember I was on YouTube, and I saw on Game Explain, it was, like, System 3.0 Tour, and I was like, this is a system update? And I checked my Switch, and I was like, oh, look at that. And I sent it to you and everything, but...
The cool thing about this update is it kind of gives us a future hint at what's to come.
Yeah, it does give us an idea of where they're looking to increase.
Now, with these features, I'm going to try and just go over the cool ones. I know there's other cool technical ones, like you can change the screen into grayscale, I guess, to save battery, which is a little strange.
You can now change the system volume from the quick menu when you hold the home button.
That is cool. I do like that. And it has the same toggle as the top, right? Yeah, it's the volume rockers.
I don't know if you knew this also. There is a Find My Controller feature.
So, I love that. I did see that.
So, like, hey, like, you want to play ARMS, okay, but I think one of my Joy-Cons fell through the couch or something. Can you check? You go to the menu, and it'll start vibrating, so you can find your controller. And I mean, other consoles have that, but like I just think it's a cool feature.
Yeah, and since Matt paired up his Joy-Con to my Switch, now when we go into this controller menu, it even shows like yellow Joy-Con. Like it shows.
Really?
Yeah, it shows.
How does it know? That's
I don't know.
cool.
It's really cool. But if Matt's, you used to pair by putting them into the Switch and you pull them out. Now Matt can just take off his things, and it's going to show all the controllers that were used with my Switch. He just simply has to push L and R.
That's crazy.
It's awesome. I love that.
Wow.
That's really cool. The big one for me is that they did add 6 brand new icons for your avatar. I know it's so silly.
It's literally like the most minuscule thing.
It's so silly.
Where?
But this means we're going to get more.
Where are my arms ones? I want
They really should have been arms.
I'm okay with KK Slider.
But they added 6 Splatoon 2 icons, and they are absolutely awesome. And I did end up changing mine. I had a Mii. I probably will change back to the Mii because it's so unique. It's kind of like your own thing.
Unique.
And I changed it to the new Inkling Boy because I think it's really cool. And I think, I could be really wrong here, but I think Wind Waker Ganon is new.
That's cool.
Was there? Do you remember?
Dude, I just remember seeing KK and was like, yep. And that was it. That was all my icon process took.
I just want better, not other Samus.
That's
icons.
what we always wanted.
Yeah.
Like a good Ridley or something. Isn't Ridley on there?
What?
Isn't Ridley on there?
No.
Really?
It's literally other Samus, other Zero Suit Samus. They both look ugly. And then you have the Samus symbol, the S.
Oh, okay.
The screw attack.
The screw attack, yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cool, but I'd rather have a character. I had Samus for like a couple days, if not a week, and I was just like...
And then didn't you switch to like Donkey Kong or something?
Yeah, I had Donkey Kong. I was like, I'd rather have Diddy or Pit or somebody else.
But, I mean...
Anyway, that's really cool. I do like the icons. And also, the really big feature that I think everybody should utilize is under the news button on your Switch.
Yep.
Usually it shows like directs that happened, new information on Breath of the Wild, stuff like that, what new games came out for the eShop. You now have, in the top right, you have a subscribe button. And what the subscribe button does, when you click it, it gives you a series of games, and those series of games are, I believe it was Splatoon 2, ARMS, and Mario Odyssey.
No, there were others.
There were others?
Yeah.
And well, it's those and some, I guess. And it gives you an update on what new stuff is coming towards those games. So I guess if you subscribe to ARMS, you're going to see when Max Brass comes out.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you subscribe to Splatoon 2, you can probably see when future Splatfests are coming. And if you subscribe to Mario Odyssey, they're probably just showing you progress on the game.
Or DLC.
Or DLC. I don't want to think about
Mario
DLC.
game. Ooh, naughty.
Sunshine. The Sunshine Galaxy
Sunshine mod
or whatever.
flood attached to his back.
That would be absolutely amazing. I really like the update. I think it's a good step forward for the system updates. I mean, updates you can't really go crazy with.
I mean,
Xbox and Microsoft.
Xbox does.
Yeah, like they revamp their UI.
I think it's just a nice foreshadowing of things to come.
Yeah, it's just moving the Switch closer to that.
That's what makes it big.
UI.
That's what makes it a bigger thing, because it's setting framework for what we could expect.
I'm very excited. Very excited to see how that's going to go down.
It's going to be good.
Now the main topic.
Oh, we're so done.
This is basically the meat and potatoes of this episode.
Can we get all the hype yelling out now?
I want to start off small, okay?
We're going to go from like a small... And I'm looking on the screen and I know where you're going to start freaking out.
The first words, what an E3! Yeah. Oh my god!
With an exclamation point.
With an exclamation point, everybody. And, wow, I'm just realizing...
Do you want to kind of like rapid fire these and just be like, this game, what do we think? What do we think?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Alright.
So, Yoshi 2018.
Looks good to me. I like the Yoshi's Woolly World look.
I'm happy they're sticking to that. Like,
I'm happy they're
like
giving Yoshi another game, because like Yoshi's
so
been so spotty with his games lately.
Well, before Woolly World, it was like that bad Yoshi's Island 3DS
the 3DS one, yeah.
And I played that. It was bad. It looks horrible. I bought it.
I haven't even opened it.
I got it for free through Club Nintendo way back when. Yeah. Anyway,
Rip.
Kirby 2018. I'm down.
Looks beautiful. 4-player co-op. Nintendo, you're doing this right.
They made it look like it was a Fire Emblem game right away. It's like fire shields.
No, I knew it was too like. It was too
face.
basic looking.
Yeah.
To be like something that intricate. You know what I mean?
And then
it was simple.
And warriors with a huge appetite, and you just hear.
It's sucked up like spaghetti.
But once you see Kirby, you're like, wow, this looks beautiful.
It looks like Triple Deluxe on crack.
I love that, and me being into Kirby now, it has me excited. Yeah, because I bought Epic Yarn now.
Did you play Triple Deluxe?
No, I'm gonna buy it.
It's a Nintendo Select.
I'm gonna play Planet Robobot. I'm trying to catch up.
Play Triple Deluxe first, not Robobot.
There's a reason,
priorities,
everybody, for why I'm missing out on some of these Nintendo games. The Wii was like the dark age for me.
Really?
I played a certain amount of Nintendo games and I skipped a lot of them. But we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah.
Because we're hyped up on E3.
I forgot about my WoW moment.
The next big game, Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah.
It had a story trailer showcasing the new playable characters such as Fire Emblem Fates Xander, Ryoma, and female Corrin, and also a fan favorite Marth. And 2 brand new characters, Xion and Leon. Leanne.
They rhyme.
They are twins of Atorius Kingdom. They're new characters for Fire Emblem Warriors. I think this game looks good.
When I saw the render for Ryoma and Xander, I was just like, this is doing it.
You
right.
saw the cover art, right?
Not yet.
The cover art is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it looks like the Hyrule Warriors one, like the Legends one.
It has like
that vibe.
It has Corrin, and then it has Xander, and then since they're Nor,
Nor,
yeah. Then it has Ryoma with his like cool samurai sword on the corner, and then Crom's like over him going like which is really awesome. And then you have Xion and Leanne or whatever in the middle, and it just says Fire Emblem Warriors. I'm really into this game. It looks cool. The graphics look gorgeous.
Yeah.
Ryoma is the character I'm most excited to play, even though I'm a huge Chrom fan.
I'm Xander. I love Ryoma's design, but Xander's my boy.
How is he going to play on the horse? He is riding a horse in that game, right?
Yeah, that's what they showed him. That's the thing. Only time will tell.
I know. And they announced 2 new Fire Emblem amiibo for this game, and we are finally getting a Chrom amiibo.
Who is the other one?
And it's a Naui? Right.
But, like, why?
She's from the Sacred
Stones.
Sacred Stones, I think.
But, like, I don't know. I was very confused. I saw Chrom, and I was like, oh, cool. Like,
I would rather
Brennan's
have,
gonna
like,
shit.
Ryoma or
Xander.
Xander, yeah.
I would make a double pack of Ryoma and Xander, make a double pack of the new heroes, and just throw out a single Corrin, or, well, I mean, you have the Smash ones, but, like, they've done multiple characters.
They should have done, alright, since we're going to have another Awakening character, like, throw, like, Lon Kuei or, like, Tharsha or somebody in, just, alright, Awakening double pack, Fates double pack.
Yeah.
And that's genius. And have, like,
because I could already visualize, like, one half Xander, one half Ryoma, and, like, the colors colliding in the middle, like, to the middle. Exactly! That's what I mean.
Awesome.
Nintendo, like, take my idea. You don't have to pay me. It's okay. If I get the amiibo, that's enough payment. But, like, it bothers me because I get Chrom. I get Chrom as an amiibo. But that other one, it's just like, that's so left field.
Supposedly she's a fan favorite, and
I'm a fan. She's my favorite.
I'm a fan of Fire Emblem, yes, but I haven't played that much of the old ones. And her name is Tiki. Sorry. Tiki. She looks good.
She looks kind of clean. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but the big one is the Chrom. Like the Chrom amiibo looks
that's the
fantastic.
Iconic. Yeah, it looks beautiful. That's what I love about Nintendo. They've been kicking up the amiibo
quality. The amiibo quality is gorgeous.
The price went up a little bit, but honestly, I'd rather pay more and get better quality.
I don't even know how many amiibo I have, but I'm gonna keep buying them.
I have probably around 40.
I think that's a safe bet for me too. 40, 50.
It's bad.
It's bad, but also they do work.
Yeah.
And I mean, whenever I go play Breath of the Wild, any amiibo.
Boop. Speaking of Breath of the Wild and amiibo, we got 4 new amiibos announced for Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
You got Urbosa, the Gerudo champion, Daruk, the Goron champion, Rivali.
I can't wait.
Rivali is literally just a fancier Falco.
He
And
looks
I forget
so cool.
I forget the Zoro champion.
Dard?
Moa, like with an M, I think. I'm gonna
Yeah,
guess.
he had
Anyway,
I really liked him, though.
the Daruk, I need it. It looks so clean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Daruk is my favorite champion, but, like...
Really? Not Rivali?
No, I didn't really like Rivali. I didn't care much for... I liked Urbosa, too. But, like, Rivali and then the Zoro one. I was like,
I wish they made Sidon the prince.
Yeah.
The Zoro.
The guy that was, like...
Yeah, he was just so cool. Like, I could totally see an amiibo of him smiling, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, like, and, like, a little gleam. Yeah. I mean, those things are really cool looking.
I'm honestly surprised they're making more Zelda amiibo.
I'm not.
Well, I didn't expect them. That's what I'm saying. I was like, whoa.
mean, because of Champion's Ballad.
Yeah,
for the DLC. Another announcement.
We're just going to segue right into this.
Yeah, why not?
So, they did announce Breath of the Wild DLC. You want to go over this one?
Sure, because I probably know more about it. First DLC, June 30th, 10 days from now, we have the Master Trials. You can do, like, this whole big gauntlet of challenges with Link, and then you can also have a hard mode where everything literally is just, like, times 10 and will destroy you. And then our second one, we didn't really get much, like, information, but it was called the Champion's Ballad, and the pretty much main picture they showed was like all the champions in Zelda. So we know this is going to be like a story DLC. We already knew that, but like, you know, it's going to play into something. I think it's going to be a prequel story.
That would be interesting.
Maybe I would love to play through like the climax of the war.
Oof.
This is like minor spoilers.
Yeah, minor spoilers.
But like that's what I mean. Just like because we all like, you know, the whole 100 years ago thing. That I would want to like play through, and I think with playing as all the separate champions,
I think that's what's gonna happen since they're making these amiibo.
And I mean, it won't have to be too long. You know what I mean? But like, I would very much enjoy to see that, and I really want to play as Zelda, honestly.
That's what I was hoping. One of these DLCs will play as Zelda, but I don't think that's what's gonna happen.
Do you think this is all the DLC we're gonna get for Zelda? I think so, but I mean, honestly, it's not even going to be like it'll be like 6 months that game has been out.
I think it's a very safe bet to say yes.
Unfortunately, I just want more of that game.
If they want more Zelda, I would rather them just make a new game.
Yeah, but I mean, like
I know Breath of the Wild is like the definitive Zelda, and we'll probably.
Whoa!
Well, no, like
you just said that.
Gameplay wise, you know what I'm talking about.
You just said that.
It's like what we talked about.
Keyboard warriors everywhere.
We talked about this.
Ocarina of Time, Zelda.
Breath of the Wild, you kind of just like play the game. That's what I think is mind blowing.
Like one of the only games lately to engross me, and that's like a big problem I have with gaming is just like not being like in it, but like Breath of the Wild did it.
You gotta push it to the limit, man. But Breath of the Wild, I loved. I was engrossed in that game.
That game was a 10.
I really want to go back to it, so the DLC is going to make me do that. However, I am enjoying all these other games.
Are we going to the big one yet?
No, we're not going to the big one.
Okay.
We're going to try and pad this down.
I'm
Matt,
scared.
You're ruining the surprise.
I am so scared of this because he's just going to go off.
Matt is ruining the surprise, everybody.
He's going to ruin the mic.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yes, it looks so good.
It's coming in 2017.
It's amazing.
I can't believe it. I'm like...
I was flabbergasted.
I was shocked when they're like 2017. I was like, okay.
I was like, I am on board. I was watching gameplay of it. Oh, it looks so clean.
So you're telling me this around Christmas, like I'm just gonna be burning like hours into this game?
Your wallet gone.
I also want to take a side tangent here. Yes, we're getting all these great AAA Nintendo games. However, we are forgetting Skyrim, Dragon Ball Z, Xenoverse 2.
Can I cut you off for a second there?
Yeah.
The Skyrim announcement?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
There was a Skyrim announcement. Thank you, Matt. I completely forgot. We're going to go back to Zelda.
Because I'm trying to get everything out before...
There was so much going on at E3 this year around Nintendo.
Wait. Is it on there?
It is on there.
No.
I'm pretty sure what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, if we don't cross that bridge, you can... We'll figure it out.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Anyway, Yeah, Bethesda. I was watching the Bethesda conference, and they showed the Nintendo Switch neon blue and red, and they're playing the lovely song "Take a Walk." And ironically, you just see this hand drag the Archer Link over, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, yeah, I was like, what?
And you just see him use the amiibo support. Drops a box similar to Breath of the Wild for those who have played Breath of the Wild on the Switch. When you put an amiibo on the right Joy-Con, right?
It works in Wii U too.
And the Wii U. When you put it on the right Joy-Con on the Nintendo Switch, it drops a loot box, and you can open up some goods. When you do the Archer Link, I'm pretty sure only Archer Link. Is that
you get arrows?
No, but for Skyrim.
Oh, I think it's any Link.
Well, any Link, maybe any Zelda figure. Who knows? You get to be Link. You can get the Master Sword. You get the cool Hylian garbs or whatever.
The shield.
The Heroes War stuff.
You even get the hair.
It's so cool. It's a little creepy, a little bit.
I mean, it is a little unnerving to see at first, but it's really cool.
I just think it's going to be cool running around with the Master Sword in Skyrim. I'm sold on Skyrim on Switch already.
Oh, I've ever since announcement.
So that has me very excited.
What else has you excited?
Xenoblade Chronicles 2, let's jump back to this.
Oh.
Looks really promising. Xenoblade Chronicles X is the game I need to get back to because I always think about it in my spare time.
It's that game that I'm just like, I know. It's same with Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I'm like, I need to play this game.
Mm-hmm.
And why am I not playing it? Because it's my Wii U.
Xenoblade Chronicles X, I put like 25 hours into that the first week, and I was obsessed. I was just running around, you can do all this stuff. Then I got stuck, and I put it down, and I haven't gone back. But I didn't even get my Skell yet, and the Skells are the giant Robomechs that sold that game,
This is not a spoiler.
Yeah, this is not a spoiler. And just watching people play in the Skells are like, my god.
See, what was unfortunate for me, I faced the same issue with Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. I got to like...
I got really far in.
I got decently. I don't know. I played a lot.
Like 20 hours, probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. And I got to this boss, and it was like trying to teach me these really weird mechanics of like toppling and stuff, and I couldn't figure it out, and I kept dying. So it was just like, this is where I stopped for now.
And that's what sucks. I hate when I play a game and I love it so much, and then you put it down, you're like, why?
That's why I refuse to play Witcher still. Because like, I know I'm not going to be able to give it the time it deserves, or I'm going to burn out.
Nowadays, for me, when I get sucked into video games, it's because of the characters. Not necessarily for gameplay.
See, it's gotten to a point with me where like I barely care about story anymore.
Oof.
Yeah.
See, story is everything.
Breath of the Wild got me. Breath of the Wild actually got me, like, legitimately, like...
Yeah, because when you want to see what's going on with Zelda...
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, usually I don't care. Like, I just bought Cave Story tonight. I was skipping the opening dialogue. I didn't care.
Oh.
I just want to get to the gameplay.
Oh.
That's how bad it is. But, like,
Breath
of the Wild did it.
It hurts.
Yeah, I know, but...
Let's think of some other games that were announced. We did get Rocket League.
Yes.
That is coming to the Nintendo Switch. I'm buying that.
Cross-network play.
Oh, I love that game.
So good. I love it. It makes me so salty.
I have it on PS4, and I think it's great. Don't get me wrong on PS4.
Yeah.
But this game is meant to be played on the go.
Yeah.
And they said they're working on it to get it 60 frames docked and on the go.
Which will be
Which is going to be awesome.
So, we're not getting to the big one yet.
All right.
So, Ubisoft had their conference.
They did.
And we got the actual official announcement of Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. It's a thing. They had Shigeru Miyamoto come out with a blaster on his hand. That crowd.
Does that game look good or what?
Promising. I mean, I had my doubts, but I knew that it was Nintendo.
I think we all did.
And Nintendo really doesn't let their games suck that bad usually.
The thing that was a wake-up call for me, especially with that game, and it kind of made me look at video games in general, is when you see Miyamoto, and he came to the stage, right, and he had a cool little blaster, bullet bill thing.
Yeah.
You see him praising this game, and finally they're working with Ubisoft, and they just, you kind of like look at the games and everything for that, and you sit back and they pan on this one guy in the audience, and it was the creative designer of this game, and he's almost in tears. Like he's crying because Miyamoto is promoting his game, and it is awesome. Like I honestly felt for that guy so much.
Yeah.
And then when you actually see the gameplay, I was surprised. It's
way
XCOM.
better. Way better than expected.
It is XCOM.
Rabid Kong. I am so done.
Yep, there's a rabid Donkey Kong. That made me laugh.
Reggie took a picture in front of it at E3, and it's just iconic, man. You can't get better than that.
I'm super excited for that game, and it's an August release. That fills that gap for the question we were like, what's in August? It's that.
Shit, you're right.
So
this month,
ARMS.
next month,
Splatoon.
August, Kingdom Battle.
Yep.
September, Pokken. October, Odyssey. Unknown about Xenoblade or Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah, they're probably going to fit somewhere in there.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
That is, like, legitimately, like, they have everything lined up.
It's just that Nintendo deserves a clap.
They got all of this first-party goodness.
I loved it. I loved all of E3. The Rabbids Mario game sold me. Looks fantastic. We're going to skip this one and the other one, and we're going to jump to Mario Odyssey.
All right. That trailer was... I want you to take it because it's your ish.
So I watched it. The start made me go, huh?
Yeah. No one thought it was Odyssey. I can tell you that.
It looked like Monster Hunter. You see this Tyrannosaurus Rex walking in, and Matt's picking up one of my many dinosaur items in my room. And you see this T-Rex, and it turns around, and it like roars, but you see a little bit of red. A little bit of red on the head, and you realize it's Mario's hat. Then comes Mario bursting out of the T-Rex, and everybody just sits there and goes, huh.
Yeah, like, what am I looking at?
So the trailer goes on and on and on. I'm not going to break it down for you, but they show more of Peach as a bride. They show more of Groom Bowser. Amazing designs.
We also got to look at our main villains in the game.
Yep, they showed some more of the main villains.
They kind of look like Day of the Dead, like, skeletons. It's
Are they villains?
Yeah.
I thought that was just part of the world.
No, they're like the main, like, it's like, yeah, Bowser, like, hired them or something. It's something like that. But
huh. Well, it's interesting.
Yes.
Mario Odyssey looks absolutely fantastic.
So,
but, anyway.
The main thing about it was you can now take control of certain objects or enemies as Mario.
Yep.
And you can turn into, like, a tank. You can like, go to a little pole and fling yourself. You can take over bullet bills and fly around. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you can even do it on the people in New Donk City and be a human. I don't know why you want to do it, but...
You can be a T-Rex.
You can be a T-Rex.
You can be probably one of those Day of the Dead skeleton people. You can probably be a PD Piranha Plant or something. It's awesome. The hat Cappy, I'm pretty sure that's the name of it.
A lot of personality.
It's a lot of personality, and that is how he can change into these people. They showed it off with him throwing it at a frog.
Yeah, and then he, like, into the frog.
And he's like, whoa!
Another really cool thing that got announced, costumes for Mario.
Costume. Oh, yeah, you can actually change how Mario looks in this game.
You can be Mexican, quote-unquote, racist Mario. Ask Joe from Polygames. He'll tell you.
He's probably gonna look... For me, he's going to look like in his Explorer suit. That looks really cool.
Yeah. I mean,
cool.
He has like a football one. He has so many cool ones. He has like a chef one.
Yeah, I really honestly like the poncho one. It's really cool, and you can get them with maracas and stuff.
Like, I was talking about this before. I feel like that whole, like, the costumes and taking over other enemies' things, I feel like that was the spark that Odyssey needed to be a different Mario game and an innovative one. And it's really doing a good job of that. Same thing with, like, Breath of the Wild. Like, these two games are, like, innovating their own platform so much. And Breath of the Wild did it amazingly. Mario Odyssey is set up for greatness.
I'm so excited for Mario Odyssey. Day one, I'm going to try and get it at Nintendo World. Because I feel like that is
let's go.
Necessary.
Launch day.
That is necessary.
We're gonna camp out.
So.
Here we go.
I turned off my phone, right?
I'm running.
I turned off...
I'm going to turn off the lights.
I turned off my phone that Wednesday, right? June 13th?
So, yeah, I saw the whole presentation before Brennan did. And oh boy, there was something there.
So, I go on my iPad, and I kid you not, I'm just trying to search for this Direct, right? And I'm holding my hand, like, as close to my face as possible, and I'm just trying to push the search bar and Nintendo Direct, trying to type that, right?
Or like the E3.
Yeah. So I find it, and I watch it, and they showed Kirby, Yoshi, Fire Emblem, other stuff, and
Hit the deck.
the next thing you know. Oh! We're going to talk about this other one in a minute. I can't believe we passed this up.
What?
I can't believe we passed this one up. We'll talk about it in a moment.
Wait, I think I cut you off before you started talking about it.
No, it's good. Oh. You see space. You see a blue haze.
The final frontier.
You see it slowly starts to pan, and you start seeing the tip of an S, similar to the Samus logo, and then you hear, or whatever, the Metroid noise from Metroid Prime, and then you see the 4.
I thought it was Smash 4 at first. I honestly did.
Did you not have your headphones in? Or
I honestly was so sad because I was like, 4? Oh my god, Smash! And
then it just goes, Metroid Prime 4. But it was so cool, because I'm sitting there in the hotel room, and I'm just like, this can't be happening. And you start hearing, like, the Metroid Prime menu music. I'm like, and I'm going nuts. And I'm just like, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
And when it showed Metroid Prime 4, I'm like, shut up, take my money.
It's over. Nintendo won.
Nintendo won. I don't even know what else they're going to show here today. Good job. Shake my hand.
I remember seeing that, and I was just like, oh god, help Brandon. Like, this is going to get bad.
Metroid Prime 4.
And it's not, oh my god, look at the wave. Like, and it's not even where the hype ends for Brandon.
I know. So, we passed up. No, screw it. We're going to stay on here. So I finished the Direct. Then another video plays. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Neither could I, honestly. So I had the spotlight live, streaming. Mm-hmm. I fell asleep after the showcase was over, because I slept at 8 o'clock that morning until 11, and was up for the conference. I woke up at 11:45. I went back to sleep, and in a daze, I wake up, and I see what you're about to talk about. And I was like, what? And then I crashed again. I thought it was a dream.
And literally, you see a new 3DS game. It's a remake of Metroid 2, Samus Returns. It's a 2.5 remake of Metroid 2. This is amazing. This is everything I've wanted, because now I got a 2D Metroid, and now I have a 3D Metroid coming out for the Switch. And I couldn't have felt better. And Metroid 2, or Metroid Samus Returns, just blew me away. Like, now you have this 360 control of Samus's cannon. You can now... What I love so much is... This is even going to help newcomers to the Metroid series. In Metroid, you used to have to shoot at random things to try and figure out where to go.
Yeah.
Now you can pulse, and it shows you what you can destroy in the area.
Really?
And I'm just like... Thank sweet Jesus, you are fantastic.
We're gonna get back to this towards the end, because I started playing through Super Metroid, and like, since I'm an experienced gamer, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, I know a lot about these kind of things. So like, there were a lot of things I didn't pick up on, but like eventually, like, I figured out. Mm-hmm. But like, for someone who's like new to that, very difficult to pick up on. Cause
I don't think Metroidvania games, whatever one you play, Shantae, whatever. They're tough.
They're unforgiving.
Yeah, if you don't understand how to play a Metroidvania game, you're not going to be good at them, unfortunately.
You're not going to have a good time.
But once you figure them out, they're great. So we're getting Metroid 2 Samus Returns remake for the 3DS. They did make a special edition with the soundtrack. I have it already pre-ordered. I know. Couldn't. As soon as I saw it go up, pre-ordered it from Best Buy. And also, getting 2 new Metroid Amiibo. You are getting a iconic Samus 2 pose. Samus.
Yeah,
and you're getting a Metroid breaking out of its containment pod or whatever.
Which is really cool.
And it is confirmed you can squish the Metroid. And actually, it's squishy.
Our biggest dream.
It's cool. It's like the world of Nintendo Metroid, if anybody has one of those. So that's really exciting. But we completely forgot a new Pokemon game is being made.
Oh,
for the Nintendo Switch.
Okay. We know nothing about it at all. But I love how we talked about this, too. And we're like, maybe they'll just announce it at E3. And it's like, why would they take their biggest announcement and not put it in the Direct? I was wrong. Brennan, I was wrong. And
that's right.
This is the only time I'm ever going to say that kind of thing.
That's right, everybody.
So,
I was right from the beginning.
What's his name? I forget his freaking name.
I don't know. I feel bad. I don't know.
Masuda, I think.
Yeah.
Masuda. Masuda gets on there, and
he's like drawing Laytons and stuff.
He's just like in his crib chilling. He's got like 17 chicks in the bed on the back. He's just chilling, and he's just like, a couple days ago we had a direct, but there's one more announcement. Because we all thought it was fluff because he was talking about Pokken.
Yeah, he was talking about Pokken again.
He's like, but there's one more announcement. There's a core RPG Pokemon game in development for Switch. I literally was just like, thank you. That's all I needed to hear. I'm good. I don't care about Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon anymore. I'm not salty. Honestly, just I'm happy this is happening.
Yeah, I'm super happy. Nintendo's E3 blew me out of the water, and I'm pretty sure we're missing maybe one or two games. And I know we're probably missing a bunch of 3DS games, but the overall reaction of E3 for Nintendo, good job. Good job.
From you.
Yeah.
From me. Okay. I definitely commend Nintendo on their conference. Don't get me wrong. I think it appeals so much more to you because it's literally them dragging Samus out of her coffin and like throwing her and being like, "You're alive."
The WWE memes are
She
the
got
best.
2 new games and Amiibo. That's a lot, especially.
And even last podcast episode, I was like, "Give me more Metroid Amiibo." I honestly thought I was spitballing.
Yeah.
No.
Look at that.
And who knows? Or remember, I was like, "Oh, maybe we'll get a new Metroid." I had my hopes. Like, not to the full extent, but it's Metroid, so I'd hope it'd be there.
Because, like,
I got 2 games.
Things that I really wanted, like, it's like...
Animal Crossing.
I wanted Animal Crossing. I wanted Professor Layton to come back.
Yeah.
Didn't get that. And I really wanted Smash 4. And, like I said, I saw that 4, and I was like, please. Like, I was like, Nintendo, do it, and you win.
The thing I really like about Nintendo, though, is even though I got what I wanted at this Direct, I know some people didn't get what they wanted.
Like me, but like...
But they do these mini E3s throughout the year.
Yeah.
With Directs. So it's like somebody's bound to catch good news this year.
I definitely, like, honestly, this year, like from launch, this console's been insane with games and announcements and everything. Nintendo is just busting out these amazing games.
I can't stop playing.
This is Return of Nintendo.
It's the only console I play nowadays, honestly.
Like, yeah, I did not. The one thing I really wanted, I did not get. You did, and I'm like slightly salty about it. But honestly, in the end, I'm just like, I can't do anything but clap for Nintendo because I know they did everything in their power to have the best conference. And yeah, I mean, this is gonna sound so bad. I personally do still believe in my heart, Microsoft won E3 for me.
Oof.
But Nintendo did such an amazing job too.
I think this is where we move on to topic number 3.
This is where I get kicked off the podcast for the rest of it, of course.
No, everybody has their opinion. I thought everybody did a good job for what they showed. Honestly, I thought Microsoft personally was the weakest, but they showed some promising things. Overall, really excited. They showed good games across the board. Nintendo took it away, though, with just so much goodness.
It's such like a... I want to say Nintendo won, I don't want to say Nintendo won. Not even because of the whole Smash thing. It's just like in general. Like, I don't know.
I didn't like how the Direct or the thing was 30 minutes. I would have loved like
Microsoft like an hour.
Yeah, usually they're like an hour.
That's what was like I was tugging with, but like
they
I don't know. I'll hold it in the same respect.
Yeah, they just dropped like good news throughout, so I can't really complain.
They were pretty rapid fire. I mean, like everyone was happy. They're like, "Good, show us Splatoon in Arms at the very beginning. We don't want to hear anything about it.
Yep,
just give us the new stuff."
And that's what they did.
Yeah,
and they even showed Rocket League, which is cool.
That's how we got that announcement, which is pretty insane.
So on to topic number 3. It's kind of a bluff because our main topic, like I said, was the meat and potatoes of this episode. So topic number 3 and 4 are kind of just going to be a little shorter because
like winding down.
Yeah. Topic number 3. How do we feel about Nintendo after their awesome E3 press conference? And let's just sit back and see what games would you like to come to the Switch now.
I want a double pack of Life is Strange and the prequel.
I was just gonna say, I think Life is Strange is one of those games I need.
It's just, and you know, another game I really want. I don't think it's confirmed for it. Cuphead.
Yeah, I wish, but that's Microsoft.
Is that an exclusive?
I think it's Microsoft and PC.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because Cuphead would be cool, but after I heard it wasn't a boss rush anymore, there's like platforming, and the platforming I heard was like insanely hard. It's like, yeah.
I don't know. I love learning.
I love the arts. I love the art style.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Life is Strange is the big one to take away. Like I said earlier, Tekken 7, I think would be cool. I would like more fighting games.
I saw the one name on there, and I don't want to say it. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Overwatch.
I don't need to buy another collector's version. Okay, if they made a collector's edition that had a Reaper or like a cool like cross Nintendo thing, I would have been so on board. Cross-platform play
I think
between like PC or something.
Could you imagine?
I mean, like, how many people are gonna buy Overwatch on Switch?
Yeah, I don't know.
Independent service for that.
If there were Overwatch on Switch, I don't know if I'd buy it.
But
Honestly,
I would love if they like threw in like like they did the Origins edition.
Yeah.
And like they gave you free skins.
Yeah.
Within the Switch
give
edition.
Nintendo once.
Who wouldn't
like a Farah Metroid or a Samus?
Samus Farah or like a
Peach Mercy.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like a Mario soldier. You know, like
it would be cool.
I think it would be cool.
There's a bunch of games that could be perfect fits on the Nintendo Switch.
You really want Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite?
Yeah, I would love Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. More importantly, I think Life is Strange is the big one that needs to come to the Switch. Because even though it's a one and done, like you play it once and you kind of remember it.
That sticks with you.
Yeah, that is a game that really sticks with me, and I want to support that series as much as possible.
Definitely. Then buy the vinyl.
Yeah, I do. The $150 music vinyl.
100, it's getting there. I'm going to buy it when it hits like 70 because I need obstacles on my vinyl. I just need it.
Like I said, bunch of cool Nintendo Switch games that would come. Tekken 7, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Life is Strange. I would like more of the Telltale games to come over.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I'm trying to think of like more games that are like Nintendo-ish. You know what I mean?
Please, you see Sega made all that news?
Like I know this is like, what, Sega?
Yeah, you see Sega just teased that they rebranded themselves. They're called Fantastic Sega or Amazing Sega.
Really?
They're trying to like revive themselves. So I'd love to see a whole bunch of Sega games. Like I said, Jet Set Radio.
We talked about that so long ago.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna rehash it. Why not?
So good.
Honestly, like a really charming game. I don't know why, but I just thought of this. Costume Quest. I know you never played that. It's an RPG where you're like these Halloween kids.
Oh yes.
I would love to see like a little double pack or like even like a eShop release, like just a little here. It's honestly really fun, and you can change costumes and stuff for different characters and abilities. It's cool.
It would be cool to see just new stuff come to the Switch. Of course. I want to support the Switch as much as possible, so I think that's not a bad idea. Mm-hmm. So let's jump to topic number 4. A game was shown at E3's Microsoft conference that blew me away. I don't know about you. It is a fighting game, and it is Dragon Ball FighterZ, or Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm not sure exactly how it's pronounced. It's currently announced for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. However, Bandai Namco confirmed if it is in demand by fans, it can make its way to the Nintendo Switch.
The heavens have opened.
What do you think if other companies did this? And do you think that's a smart move? This is a game, since I saw it, I wanted it to be on the Switch.
All I'm going to say is, every other company, Capcom, Sega, Ubisoft, take notes.
Yeah.
This is how you do it. You listen to your fans, and that's how you sell more copies. And yes, it may be hard to port things, which is a very fair thing about lack of resources and lack of money.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you can spare that, you, especially being on Switch, you will make so much money. Just please, Capcom, especially you.
Oh,
please.
you have so many good games, Capcom, please.
Literally, like I would love to see like a Mega Man like X and regular collection just on Switch.
Just give me
and they would sell so many copies.
Capcom doesn't even put that Disney Saturday collection.
That triggered
and that bothers me because I want to play DuckTales and Tailspin and
Disney
stuff.
And Nintendo just mix.
It mixes so well.
Because it's all just childhood magic, and it still retains even as adults, which is insane. I had to get that out.
No, I feel you 100%.
Because I really want this game on Switch. Like, I love this game. Like, it looks so beautiful.
Dragon Ball FighterZ, or whatever it's called, it literally is Guilty Gear. Right? Guilty Gear?
Yeah. Or like, I mean more of a BlazBlue for me.
Well, no, yeah. But it
that
is
style.
made on the Guilty Gear Zerd engine, or XRD, or whatever it's called. And these characters are rendered in full 3D, but the game is in 2D.
Which is trippy.
So when they fight, it's all 2D, like Marvel vs. Capcom-ish, or Street Fighter-ish. But then when they do some special moves, it goes in like 360s around the character, and it looks amazing.
It literally looks so good.
There's a move for Goku where he goes Super Saiyan 3, and it is a cinematic.
Yeah.
Like, it's a move. It's not a transformation. It's a move for Kamehameha or whatever. And it just looks mind-blowing.
My favorite is the Gohan one with the father-son Kamehameha.
And you see the hand come up.
Oh, so good.
And even the creators of Bandai Namco said, this game can run on the Switch. And they also said we are having no problems.
They're like, LOL, we did it already here.
They said we are also having no problems with Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, which is coming out this year. And it does have motion controls. I don't know if you saw the motion controls. It looks really rad.
Just hope it's not like Way of the Hado.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, how many people are actually going to use it?
I thought it was dead. I didn't know why he brought it back up.
It's still alive in my heart.
Dragon Ball FighterZ, if you go on my Twitter, @TheWenzenator, I am sharing and retweeting, and a whole bunch of other people are sharing.
You should put the link in the description of this video.
Yes.
It'll be there.
We want Dragon Ball FighterZ on Switch.
Without a doubt.
And I'll beat all of you guys. You heard it here first.
Except me.
Matt'll lose too.
Me and Brendan are always neck and neck.
I'm going to be Beerus. He better be in that game.
Get out, dude. Majin Buu. That's where it's at.
Majin Buu? Get out of here.
Buu is the
Super
main...
Buu is so much better.
Dude, get out. Majin Buu is such a lovable character.
Alright. If you add Gotenks, gimme.
Gotenks, really?
Yeah. He's awesome.
Fat Gotenks. Where they did the misfusion.
That's a horrible person. No, but honestly...
He was a character in Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Oh.
He was at, like... Port that to Switch.
No.
That game was great.
I'm so on board for Dragon Ball FighterZ, and I will fight for this game to get it on the Nintendo Switch.
Like, get it on Switch, get a collector's edition, just get everything. I
don't even need a collector's edition.
I do.
And they even said, if it can come out to the Switch, don't expect it to come out right away.
And I'm perfectly okay with that.
As long as they acknowledge and say, yes, it is coming on the Switch, I'm fine with waiting.
And, like, maybe it'll be like a ukulele deal, where we're going to get an update on Switch that we're going to get first, and everyone else is going to have to wait to get, but we'll have updates.
Or it could be some console exclusive, like a Bowser Goku or something.
Bowser Goku. Bowser Raditz, if anything.
Yeah.
I would say. But the things they could play with. Because, like, Nintendo's so open about it. And so
it just looks so good, and the reason why I'm bringing this up here is because they did specifically say, if people want this on the Switch, argue enough and demand it, and yeah, we'll think about it.
Like, why can't other companies be like that? Because every time there's, like, a good game that they're making, I'll take your example, the Disney Afternoon thing. You know how many people got pissed off at Capcom for not putting it to Switch? And the thing is, they didn't even, like, listen to that. Like, they didn't even be like, maybe if enough people want it, we'll try our best. They didn't acknowledge it.
I share that all the time, too. Because when that game came out, it would always be on my Facebook feed. And it's like, look, the Disney Afternoon Collection. I'd click the comments. Everybody.
Why isn't this on Switch?
Everybody in the comments. So all these Nintendo games are not on the Nintendo Switch.
And that doesn't make sense to me.
Like, it's perfect.
It hurts.
It's so perfect for it, that.
Yeah. It's so triggering.
Capcom really needs to take note of this. I think Sega is even doing this better. Sonic needs to be better. All right, Sonic Mania.
And Forces.
Yeah, Sonic Forces looks really good too.
Forces. I want to divert on this a little, real quick. There was a new trailer that was released, and in that trailer,
they showed all the villains.
Because I am a very, very big Sonic fan, and I remember just seeing. At first, it was just Shadow.
Yeah, which is
then
cool.
It was Metal Sonic, and I was like, whoa. Because I was like, oh my god, Shadow. And then Metal Sonic was like, whoa. And then I was the guy from Lost World.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. And then Chaos, and I was like,
yeah,
what?
It's everybody.
And then a new
What's his
hedgehog.
name? It's Rez or Infinite or something.
Yeah, something like that. Some.
He looks really cool.
He's like this red.
Digital.
Like digital. He has like a cyborg face. Dude, best Sonic OC. Like, this.
I'm so excited for Sonic Forces, and that's coming out this fall.
Yeah, there's gonna not be a lull. Christmas is gonna be good.
If we just take a step back and move away from topic 4 and just focus on these games coming out this year, we got ARMS already.
Yeah.
We're getting Splatoon 2.
I mean, we got Cave Story. That's the thing, too.
We're getting Splatoon 2. Then we're getting the Rabbids game, Skyrim sometime, Xenoverse 2. Pokken is coming out. Mario Odyssey, Fire Emblem Warriors, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. These are for... Did I?
Maybe.
Oh, no, sorry. Xenoblade. No, I said Xenoverse.
Xenoverse 2.
Okay. And then you're getting probably stuff we don't even know about.
Yeah,
either.
like all those
Also, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2.
Oh!
Buying
yes.
it.
All of these... and, like, I love, like, the Undercover eShop Neo Geos. Because, like, there's going to be more of that. We got Shantae. We got recently.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about this soon.
Oh.
Sean, like...
Oh, boy.
I've been buying, like, I honestly think I've been playing or buying a new game every week since Switch came out. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I absolutely love the Nintendo Switch, but that's why you come here, to hear how much we love about the Nintendo Switch. So, this is a segment of the show where the guests and myself discuss the biggest and best thing that has happened to them in the past week in a video game, or their gaming life, or whatever you want to talk about here. This can be not only Nintendo, it can be Xbox, PlayStation, PC, whatever.
This is the one time we can talk about it and not be harassed.
This is when I take the ball and chain off everybody.
Yeah, right?
But
he doesn't feed us.
We try to stay here with minor spoilers, and I try to stick to Nintendo. But Matt, what have you been playing?
You're going to like this.
Okay.
Because we talked about this a lot.
I know.
Okay, so there was a sale on Nintendo 3DS. Yes, I said it. I actually opened my 3DS because I was trying to play Shadows of Valentia.
Okay.
And I saw there were a couple games on sale. And there was this one, and I was like, I never beat this, and I should.
What games?
Well, I bought it and downloaded it to my 3DS. It was like a good 30 blocks on my 18,000 I had left. I'm going to stall this as much as I can just to mess with you. And then I opened said game, and I pressed start, and all of a sudden I hear the...
The last Metroid is in captivity.
I bought Super Metroid.
Yay!
And the wow moment.
The intro.
The opening scene.
Obviously, one of my favorite intros.
I'm gonna like kind of paint it for you. You kind of drop down in, and you're going through whatever, and you're in, and you walk into the room and you see the Metroid.
Yeah. And there's dead bodies and
stuff like it's grotesque. You go over there, and it's just like, and it's like, what? From the heavens drops this giant purple dragon.
Ridley.
And immediately you're shitting yourself because you're like, whoa. I mean, I've obviously experienced this scene before, but you know, I'm painting the picture.
It's awesome.
I'm like, oh no. But honestly, you'd be surprised about my favorite part. And so you beat him, and it's like, you have a minute to get out of here before it explodes. I'm like, wait. So, like, you run out, and you're running up platforms, and all of a sudden, the screen starts moving sideways. And, like, every time I see that scene, it just makes me so happy, because Nintendo has that magic, and that game was made in, like, 92?
Yeah, it's old. Yeah.
It paints such an amazing picture from the very start, and that scene is timeless.
And the best part about that is... They know you have enough time to get out of there.
Yeah.
But they just give you that, like, minute, and you're like, oh my God,
you get so panicked. Yeah, and then, like, you see the thing moving, like, oh, what's happening? Like...
Just that fight with Ridley, shows, if not, like, grants you this, like, boost of, this is what you're gonna see in this game.
And, like, that's a cool, like, get ready.
I love
this isn't Mario, you know? Like, and I, like, that's what I love about those games. Like, they are very difficult.
And they are the most mature Nintendo game. And while they're not rated M or anything, they're creepy, they're weird, they're kind of gross because it's all alien, like organic life. And
and like all of it's not Nintendo. It is. Like...
Oh, and that's why I love Metroid.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Like, I've been playing a little bit, and like, I'm growing on it. It's growing on me.
Anything else?
Not particularly. I mean, bought Cave Story tonight.
We both bought Cave Story today.
And I mean, ARMS.
Yeah, ARMS.
That lobby experience was actually a lot.
That was so much fun.
It really was. When I popped in there and you're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, boy. And then we just started fighting. Like, it was just... Like
we shared a lot of laughs during that. That was cool.
Yeah, like I said during the test punch, like, it's just wholehearted fun. And, like...
I feel like that's only when I play multiplayer games, the only time I actually feel, like, excited and, like, this is going to sound, like, depressing, but happy... is when I'm playing Nintendo online games.
Yeah,
because it's all for fun, really.
Because, I mean, when I'm playing Overwatch, I'm sitting here like...
Yeah. Dang it, the payload didn't get there. It's like great.
It's
now,
like
what a waste of an hour. Like,
like oh yeah, just play main Symmetra and defend. That's fine. No,
yeah,
it's fine. But like with this, I could be facing a scummy Kid Cobra like I was talking about.
yeah,
And I'll be like, yeah, I lost, but all right, it was cool. Like we've had some really close fights. Like we had
it's
this
so much fun.
We had this one 3-way, and there was this like it was a Min destroyed her,
Oof.
and then me and Brandon threw down. And it was
so close.
like, and it's just like we were like messaging each other like "GG, man," like, and like it doesn't even make you salty really. It's just so much fun.
It's just plain fun, and that's exactly what I love about ARMS.
And what about you?
What I have been playing or what I have played, I actually did quite a bit in this past week or two. I bought and beat Shantae Half Genie Hero. It's a great Metroidvania game. I passed up on it, hoping it would come to the Switch. Finally came to the Switch. I loved it. And now they're making a Risky Boots DLC, so I'm very excited for that. And I hope Shantae Pirate's Curse comes to the Switch because I personally prefer the art style in that game.
It would need
more.
an eShop re-release, yeah.
Yeah, it would
the
be,
pixelation.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's cool. I really prefer that game, and maybe I'll just buy it on 3DS. Who knows? Then I finally did it, everybody. Finally beat it last night. Metroid Prime. I now understand why people call that game a masterpiece, and I want to kind of go back into the past and just like kick my younger self in the ass and be like, play this game and don't stop because this is Metroid and you love Metroid, but adapt to change, little Brandon.
Yeah, literally.
And me playing through Metroid Prime, when I fight Meta Ridley, I was like, it actually clicked for me. I'm like, holy God, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Because Ridley is monstrous.
I've never seen it in gameplay.
Oof.
That was one of those games I had like multiple times as a kid and just tried so hard, but I just couldn't get into it.
The thing that does bother me about Metroid Prime, I don't know how Metroid Prime 2 Echoes and Prime 3 Corruption is, but there's a lot of backtracking. And I know that's in all the Metroid games because it's a Metroidvania game, but in 3D, in Prime, I felt really annoyed at going back and forth.
I mean, yeah.
In the 2D games, it kind of took you a long time to traverse everywhere, and it always felt fresh to me. So in Prime, I'm like, all right, I get it. But
I get it.
When I fought Meta Ridley, I was like, this is amazing. It took me, I think, like 20 minutes to fight Ridley.
Wow.
It's an awesome boss battle. And then after that, you go into the artifact thing, because you had to find all the artifacts around the Prime game. And then you go fight the Metroid Prime, the final boss. And that was like 3-tier battles. And actually, I beat Ridley with 1 health left.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. But fantastic game. Metroid Prime. Definitely one of my favorite Metroid games. I still probably would put it behind the 2D Metroid game. I don't know. I really need to think about it. And I'm excited to play Prime 2 and 3 solely because I always loved Dark Samus.
Yeah.
Dark Samus seems really cool.
That would be like the skin I would use whenever I play Samus in this match.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cool.
And I beat Metroid Prime 1. I beat Shantae Half Genie Hero. Both awesome games. If you haven't played them, please go play them. And then I started 2 games. Today I got Cave Story Plus. It is a Metroidvania game. Been really looking forward to this game because I passed it up numerous times. It was on 3DS. It was on PC.
That is upsetting to me.
Well, I'm almost happy though because I almost don't know anything about it.
I mean, it's just one of the. It's the reason why people love indie games like that.
Supposedly, it's arguably the best indie game of all time. That's what I've heard.
And it's not that bad. It's not that like outrageous of a claim. Like it really is an amazing game.
I heard it can make you really feel like it can like break.
I haven't gotten to the feels yet. Like when I played, but like I got decently far in the story because I actually really enjoyed it.
I heard it can like break you emotionally, and I'm very excited to see.
And I'm used to that kind of thing, so it's probably gonna happen.
It seems like it's like an Earthbound vibe with like Metroidvania. Like it's weird, but it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a weird. I get like more of a Metroid vibe from it, honestly. Like alone in space. Like, yeah, you know, like you feel so like stranded, and yeah, there's people around, but like You still feel alone.
It just seems like goofy in a way. Like you see these rabbit people or whatever. I'm like, they remind me just of Earthbound somehow.
I get like a Studio Ghibli pixelated.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's fair.
That's fair. Yeah.
And then while I did play Cave Story Plus a little bit, or I'm starting to, I started Mario Galaxy. Now, like I said, the Wii was the dark age for little Brandon because I played all these Wii games, but I never played the AAA games. I don't know why.
It bothers me because, like, alright, so Mario Galaxy is the first Mario game I've legitimately beat. I actually beat, like, that game.
You didn't play Sunshine or
Did not beat them.
Any of the older Mario games?
I've played all of them. I just haven't beaten any of them. Like,
wow.
Yeah, I'm not a good gamer. I'm aware. But, like, when you said you never played Mario Galaxy, I'm like, dude, that's one of the most coveted, like, Mario games.
I'm honestly so happy I really started playing these Wii games because they are blowing my mind. Like the Prime trilogy, fantastic so far, fantastic. Mario Galaxy, it's awesome. Yeah. It literally feels like Sunshine, but then it's like flipped on its head, and it's
that game was so innovative
good.
for
and
the time.
Graphics are amazing for a Wii game.
You know, like the second one was like the most torrented game of like 2013, 14. It's not yet.
Wow,
that was a thing.
Mario Galaxy, it's fantastic. I'm going to try and replay the Metroids. Obviously play Zero Mission before Metroid Samus Returns, and then probably play the Primes before Prime 4. But then I also want to play like Sunshine and Galaxy 1 and 2 before, and 64 before
Personally,
Odyssey.
I don't feel the need to do that for Odyssey. Definitely, like, because I'm going to buy 4. I'm going to buy Metroid Prime. But beating all those Metroids is going to be...
That's the thing.
Tasking.
If anybody that does listen to this podcast that has played Metroid Prime 2 and 3, I've heard it's not necessary, and also they're not that great compared to 1. Well, but I'm still going to play them, but I'm just curious what people's opinions are.
Ask Conrad how 3 is.
Yeah. That's a story we still really got to tell one day. Yeah, and hopefully we'll have him on here.
I just hope he sees this podcast and he just comments, "I hate you."
But then I've also been playing ARMS, and ARMS is great. But that's really it from all I've been playing.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like I've been playing more.
Right? Like, I feel like I've been doing other things, but I'm just, like, those are the games I've been playing.
Yeah, I mean, I've been going back and forth with Overwatch, which it's so bad. It's so bad.
I honestly...
Play competitive. Man, don't play competitive.
I honestly try just not to play Overwatch.
I try not to play during the off-season, like, during events.
Yeah.
Like, off events.
I only play events. And when I do, it's probably only a couple days.
I binge hard.
Well, aside from that, that's really it. We have...
I think we...
Any last words or anything here?
Conrad, how's Metroid Prime 3?
Oh, poor Conrad.
We love him. We love you, Conrad.
Anyway, that's really it for our show today. If you're trying to find me somewhere out in the interwebs, you can find me at The Wednesdaynator on Twitter. And you can find Matt.
I am Just a Wisp. If you want to find me on Instagram, I am JustAWisp27. I don't know. I'm not really on Twitter as much as I am like Instagram or like Snapchat, but I'm not giving my Snapchat.
We're everywhere. As always. If you just search Just a Wisp, if you search The Wednesdaynator, you're bound to find us.
And never forget, man.
I just hope you know what we look like. Because we're just voices.
Most of the people watching this probably know us anyway.
Yeah. But anyway, that's where we are.
Yeah.
So without further ado, thank you for listening this week on the Brinstar podcast. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and if you have any questions or concerns, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you really like what we are doing here on the show, please like this video and click that subscribe button for more upcoming content.